Traditional wedding. Traditional wedding. Traditional wedding. Ètò náà. Traditional wedding. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó kàn ní lọ́gbọ́n. Traditional wedding. Jessica, ètò traditional wedding ló lọ lọ́wọ́. Ètò náà. Traditional wedding. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó kàn ní lọ́gbọ́n. Traditional wedding. Every Tuesday on Instagram. Every Tuesday on Facebook. 6 p.m. UK time. Every Tuesday on Facebook. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó fún mi lóye. Best of traditional wedding. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó fún mi lóye. Best of traditional wedding.
Do you know that if you enter your name?
Mo kára lé, mo kérò ọ̀nà. Mo kọ́kùnrin, mo kóbìnrin, mo kọ́mọdé, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo kí àgbàlagbà wípé ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò yìí, lórí ètò láwa, ètò wa, ètò yìí. Ètò kan náà tí gbogbo wa mọ̀ sí ètò ìgbéyàwó. Let's talk traditional weddings and more with Bùnmi the Royals. Àwọn gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìṣe wa lórí ètò ikú tó di pa aṣọ òǹkóhun. Ṣé ìpò yẹ kájú bá ọba kọ́dà ayé, ọba ṣẹ̀dá ọ̀run, ọba lánàá, ọba lẹ́ni, ọba títan ayérayé kọrin kése. Ẹlẹ́bùrú ìkẹ́, ọba tó ń jẹ́ mi ni èmi ni, Ọlọ́run tó ń jẹ́ mi ni má ṣe bẹ̀rù. Ọba tá a dágbére fún lọ́sẹ̀ tó kọjá pé à ń lọ kábọ̀. Tó tún jẹ́ kó ṣe ṣe fún èmi àti ẹ̀yin olólùfẹ́ ètò yìí láti débí lé ní láyé láyé àti láyé rere. Ṣé ìpò àròhùn fáyọ̀ bí òṣọpẹ́ ọpẹ́ ìyìn ọlá ní forúkọ Ọlọ́run. Father, we are grateful for the gift of life. Thank you for spending our lives since last week till now. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọjọ́ ló ti rọ̀ tílẹ̀ ti fi mú wíwà bí ilé wa lénìí. It's not by power, neither is it by might, but just by the grace of God. Yeah, a tún fẹ́ fi àsìkò yìí náà dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn ẹni bí ènìyàn, àwọn èjìká tán jẹ́ kẹ́wò jábọ́ tí wọ́n ṣagbátẹrù ètò yìí, pàápàá jùlọ ilé-iṣẹ́ Jẹlẹ́ńkẹ́ Duchess. Níbi tí wọ́n ti ń taṣọ ìyàwó, tìyá ìyàwó lẹ́fẹ́ ni, ti bàbá ìyàwó lẹ́fẹ́ ni, aṣọ oríṣiríṣi Jẹlẹ́ńkẹ́ Duchess ní kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ sí. Maybe you're looking for someone to take the stress of aṣọ ẹbí off you, you're planning an event, contact Jẹlẹ́ńkẹ́ Duchess. They are amazing people, very reliable and professional, and they have quality stuff. So Jẹlẹ́ńkẹ́ Duchess, thank you so much. Thank you, Lizelle Fabrics, all the way from Dallas, Texas. We appreciate you. Thank you, Celebration International Magazine. If you're looking for correct photographers and videographers, professionals that will do your job in a very, very good way, contact the amazing Celebration International Magazine. They have beautiful evidences of what their job everywhere. So please contact them. They will be happy to help you. Celebration International Magazine, thank you so much. I also want to appreciate the amazing Blanco Concepts. They are good at what they do. They are photographer, videographer, very professional. They would always arrive at your event on time. They are not those kind of photographers that will do your job and you never get your job done on time. Thank you, Blanco Concept. And I want to appreciate everybody that will normally be on this show with me. Thank you, Bookilicious. Thank you, everybody on TikTok. Thank you, everybody on Facebook, on Instagram, and on YouTube. Thank you so much. I appreciate everybody. We are on these platforms tonight, and we have a very special discussion to do tonight. Please do me a favor. You know I always beg you for a favor, and you know the favor is to remember to share the show and also to call people that the show has started. Thank you, Bookilicious. I so appreciate you, sis. God bless you. Please, if you know anyone that will normally be on this show and they're not here, please remind them that the show has started. Please send the link out. Let people know that the show has started, and God will bless you as you do that for me. I really would appreciate that. God bless you. Okay, we're going to go straight to today's topic, people. Unfortunately, I don't think I'll be bothering myself to do any if you notice my video from last week and week before, I couldn't upload it on, they didn't allow me to upload it. I think it's because of the music. So it's better for us not to go near their music. 2 hours of show, they didn't let me upload it on Instagram for the past 2 weeks. So I particularly will avoid playing their music for now until they, I don't know why they brought out this law that you cannot play certain music on live shows anymore. So please bear with me, everybody. So we cannot go into any. Àwa náà máa tó ṣorin jáde. Wọ́n ètè ya mọ̀ yẹn. Bí a náà mọ̀ pé mi gan, I've been in studio, I've made my own music. It's just that, I can't use it every now and again. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, MC Mo9. Thank you, sis. Please tell people that the show has started. The show has started, people. And while I'm waiting for a few more people to join, I know we just kicked on. If you are yet to get any of this book, you are snoozing on something, and slow. If you are yet to get this, if you're looking for a good gift to give to anybody that is a Nigerian getting married to a Nigerian, or someone who is not a Nigerian getting married to a Nigerian, or if you're generally curious like myself, you're inquisitive, you're the type that wants to know more, you want to have more knowledge about the Nigerian traditional weddings and marriage, go and get this book on Amazon. Yes, I'm not saying it because I'm the one that wrote this book. This book is so good. It's going to tell you everything about the Nigerian traditional wedding that is so famous now that everybody knows about. People want to be, I'm going to marry a Nigerian and you're going to wear gele to my wedding. Yes. Before you get this famous, how did this start? How was Nigerian traditional marriage back in the days? How is it now? How is it likely to be in the future? Nigerian traditional wedding, past, present, and future. And if you've been to Nigerian traditional wedding before, and they are mentioning all different names, and Nigerian traditional wedding, not just Yoruba, general Nigerian traditional wedding, Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo, and some other cultures. If you have been to any of the Nigerian traditional weddings, and you are wondering, what are these things that people are mentioning, even in the Igbo weddings, why are they saying, what is fila, what's ashoke, what's idobale, what's iyawo, what's babako, what's iyoko? You are wondering how you get those, and you want to find out those words in all 25 other languages from Nigeria. Dictionary and idioms of Nigerian traditional marriage. Go and get it. It's not because I'm the one that wrote this book. It's because it's good for you. If you know any Nigerian, someone getting married to a Nigerian and they are curious, get them this book. Okay, people, let's go. I'm waiting for more people to join, please. When we are about to round up, people will now come and start saying, Midi Royals, that's me, so, what have you guys been talking about? Can you recap? Can you tell us one more time? Hey, Akobi Tush, thank you for joining. God bless you. Please, people, share the show. Share. Let's talk about this. Okay. Thank you, guys. Now, I'm going to introduce the topic. And you know how I will normally introduce my topic is I will make it as clear as possible. I'd said thank you, Akobi Tush. I'd said that this show, people are already sending me requests to join, which I wouldn't mind to accept, but you probably have to wait for me until I introduce the topic for me to accept you into the show. Basically, what we're going to be talking about today had said setting a high standard as to I'm not going to settle for less and being realistic about your standard. When you want to get married, everybody has their standard. We all have like, oh, this is the kind of person I want to marry. The person has to be this way, that way. Let me accept this person before she disappears. The person has to be this way. You have certain, criteria that you want, or a particular way that you want your spouse to be like. The woman I want to marry has to be this way. The man I want to marry has to be this way, physically, and in so many other ways. Hey, we've got somebody here. This is quick. We've got our first guest for tonight. So we're looking at the topic, having saying I'm not going to settle for less. Being able to strike a balance between I am not going to settle for less and setting realistic standards. I don't know if anybody would understand that. I'm going to allow my guest to talk. I've got a guest here already. Somebody's already sending me a request on. Thank you, ma'am, Mommy Joanna Luco. I've accepted somebody on TikTok as well. Please feel free to unmute and talk to us. Tonight, we are talking about, everybody has a standard, if you know what I mean. When I was growing up, I had in my head the kind of man I want to marry. This is the way I want him to look physically. This is how I want him to be, career-wise. This is the way I want him to be. Now we are talking about being able to strike a balance between having a spec, or should I say standard, and being able to set a realistic standard. I'm not going to settle for less. I know people that will say, this is what I want, and I'm not going to settle for less. Number one, let's start from here. Is there anything wrong in saying, I don't want to settle for less? This is my plan, this is my target, this is the kind of person I want to marry, this is my standard, and I'm not going to settle for less. Is there anything wrong in that? Please unmute yourself wherever you are. Talk to me. If you want to join, please send me a request. I will accept you. We can have as many people as possible on the show. The more, the merrier. Prince 87 Prince, you can join us. You can unmute yourself. Somebody said no. Coat of many colors. She said no. Okay. You can type in your.
I do have something to say though.
Yes, please go ahead. Please tell us your name and where you're coming from. Hey.
My name is Ricky Okoro, and I live in Kent.
Thank you for joining us.
So,
yeah.
The question is so big, and if you want to look into it, my answer when I was 30 years old and my answer now being a little bit above 50 will be different, completely different. So when I was younger, it was just going to be superficial stuff. He has to be good looking, he has to be charming, he has to be the kind of person I want to be with. But now that I'm older, one of the things I think of, kindness. The person you're dealing with, or the person you want to deal with for a long time to share your life with, has to be kind, has to talk to you in a way. But that being said, a human being without boundaries is a very dangerous person.
Okay. So.
Or it can also be as a result of not having enough knowledge of who one is or where you're going, not having a good understanding of life. Boundaries are really good. I'm not saying that if you have boundaries, they are set in stone. I'm not perfect. The other person is not perfect. So you might have your boundaries, and then you find a balance between your boundaries and reality. So I can say to myself, oh, I can't take that, I can't take that. But then you meet the person, you also know that you are not perfect. You have done worse. So you have to strike a balance between your boundaries and dealing with a person who is kind, but they are not perfect. So that's the way that I see it. That's the way I see it now.
Thank you so much. Thank you. That's Rakia speaking from the perspective of over 50. She's saying to us that probably her response will have been different some 20 years ago, or when she was in her early ages, but now obviously she knows better. For those that are just joining us, those that are appreciating us, really appreciate and celebrate you. Thank you so much for joining us. Please keep sharing the show today. Reiki, are you trying to exit? Yeah. So what we are trying to do here, I'm trying to see if I can remove it. What we are trying to do here tonight is being able to strike a balance between I'm not settling for less and setting realistic standards. And what I mean by that is, I did ask earlier, I said, is there anything wrong in people setting standard and be like, okay, when I want to get married, this is the kind of person I want to get married to. Character wise, physically, mentally, that person has to be this particular. I said, is there anything wrong? Thank you so much for joining us, Yawaba. Thank you, Temitokpeko, and everybody that has been joining us. Please keep sharing the show. Let people be aware that the show has started. I don't like when we have gone so far. Somebody's just coming, please, what have you guys been talking about? Please bring us back. I'm going to try and be recapping from time to time. Now, because why actually I love to talk about the background, because I get my topics from all different, a lot of things inspire me to bring certain topics on this show. Now, when people, I hear a lot of people now saying, especially when you do people preaching or motivational speakers coming online to say, do not marry this type of person. Do not marry this type of person. Be careful who you settle down with. And then I've heard people as well coming to say to people that kept on saying, this is not my spec, this is not my standard, this is not and maybe eventually they didn't get married for some reason. I hope network is not playing up on I hope network is not playing up on can you guys hear me on Instagram? Yeah, Instagram Tibereo. So I need to be able to set the difference between setting a high standard and setting realistic. Can you guys hear me on Instagram? It depends on the type of person who you are approaching to. Okay, thank you, Prince. Now, when things work out the way you want, yeah, pure heart, thank you. When things work out the way you want, then people look at you like, oh, well done, because you waited and you plan it and it worked. You know, we can't hear you. The network has started messing about. Kí ló ń ṣe network yìí o? Oh Jesus, people are saying they can't hear me. It's been paused. Okay, can you guys hear me now? TikTok, can you hear me? If you can't hear me, go on TikTok, because I don't know what's going on with Instagram. However, it will require patience. Thank you. Now, the reason I am asking this question, we can hear you now, but it's delayed. I don't know what's going on with Instagram. It is well. I don't know what's going on. We can hear you clearly. Okay, thank you. Now, basically, my point of view here is there anything bad in insisting that no, I am not going to lower my standard no matter what? This is my standard, this is the way I want it, this is how I want it done, this is exactly the kind of person I want to marry, the man I want to marry, the woman that I want to marry, this is exactly what, and I'm not going to go ahead until I find that kind of man or woman. You know, is there anything wrong in that? Most people have said no before I could complete my question, but now that I've you know, my connection, oh God Almighty, I don't know. Ṣé mi ní kọ àwọn three yìí ní family by? Let me see. Hold on. Okay. Again, if that person is, can you guys hear me now on Instagram?